36. The Kasibhāradvāja Sutta, SN 7. 11. Thus have I heard. At one time, the Blessed One was dwelling in a Brahmin village called Ekanala at Southern Hill in the Magadha country. At that time, it was the sowing season, and the Brahmin Kasibhāradvāja had 500 plows at work. In the morning, the Blessed One dressed, took his bowl and robe, and went to where the Brahmin Kasibhāradvāja was working. At that time, the Brahmin Kasibhāradvāja was distributing food. The Blessed One went to where food was being distributed and stood to one side. Seeing the Blessed One standing for alms, the Brahmin Kasibhāradvāja said, "Ascetic, I plow and sow, and only after plowing and sowing do I eat. You too should plow and sow, and eat only after plowing and sowing." The Blessed One replied, "Brahmin, I too plow and sow, and only after plowing and sowing do I eat." The Brahmin Kasibhāradvāja said, "But we do not see Master Gautama's yoke, plow, plowshare, goad, or oxen." Yet Master Gautama says, "Brahmin, I too plow and sow, and only after plowing and sowing do I eat." Then the Brahmin Kasibhāradvāja addressed the Blessed One in verse. "You claim to be a farmer, but I see none of your farming. Being a farmer as you claim, tell me about your farming." The Blessed One replied, "Faith is the seed, austerity the rain, wisdom my yoke and plow. Shame is the pole, mine the rope, mindfulness my plowshare and goad. Guarded in body and speech, moderate in food. I make truthfulness my weeding, and gentleness my release. Energy is my beast of burden, carrying me to security. Going without turning back to where there is no sorrow. This is how my farming is done, with the fruit of immortality. Having done this kind of farming, one is released from all suffering." The Brahmin Kasibhāradvāja said, "Please eat, Master Gautama. You are indeed a farmer, for Master Gautama farms for the fruit of immortality." The Blessed One said, "Food gained through verses should not be eaten. This is not proper conduct. Sages reject this. Brahmin, this is their way of life when true Dhamma prevails. Serve other food and drink to the great sage. One with influx is destroyed, with peace of mind. This is the field for one seeking merit." Having heard these words, the Brahmin Kasibhāradvāja said to the Blessed One, "Wonderful, Master Gautama. From this day forth, please accept me as a lifelong lay follower. This sutta contains profound Buddhist wisdom, using farming as a vivid metaphor to explain the essence of spiritual practice. Let's analyze in detail. 1. Contrast between material and spiritual. The Brahmin represents traditional material farming, while the Buddha describes spiritual farming. This contrast reveals Buddhism's emphasis on inner cultivation rather than external forms. 2. Metaphors for practice. The Buddha skillfully compares spiritual practice to farming, with each element corresponding to farming tools or processes. Faith is like seeds, the starting point of practice. Austerity is like rain, nourishing practice. Wisdom is like the yoke and plow, guiding practice. Shame is like the plow pole, controlling direction. Mind is like rope, connecting all elements of practice. Mindfulness is like plowshare and goad, maintaining alertness and momentum. 3. Concrete elements of practice. The Buddha further explains specific methods of practice, including restraint of body and speech, moderation in food, truthfulness, gentleness, and diligence. These are all important aspects of Buddhist practice. 4. Goal of practice. The Buddha points out that such farming ultimately yields the fruit of immortality, nirvana, liberation from all suffering. This represents the ultimate goal of Buddhist practice. 5. Proper attitude toward giving. When the Brahmin offers food, the Buddha declines and teaches the proper way of giving. This demonstrates Buddhism's unique view on giving, emphasizing the importance of motivation and recipient. This story prompts us to reflect. 1. In modern society, do we often focus only on external farming while neglecting inner cultivation? 2. How can we apply these methods of practice in our daily lives? 3. Should we pay attention to spiritual farming while pursuing material life? 4. How do we understand and practice the correct attitude toward giving? This story teaches us that true practice lies not in external forms, but in inner transformation. It encourages us to cultivate mindfulness, wisdom, and compassion in daily life to achieve spiritual liberation and freedom. In this materialistic age, this ancient wisdom reminds us not to neglect spiritual growth. It invites us to reconsider life's meaning, balance material pursuit with spiritual cultivation, and thereby achieve deeper satisfaction and happiness. Through this simple, yet profound metaphor, the Buddha shows us a path to inner peace and ultimate liberation. This is not just a teaching about personal practice, but also a reflection on and challenge to society's values.